These are the fastest ways to ruin your entire life. Let's get right into it. Number one, getting the wrong girl pregnant. Your life can end before it even starts. And that can pretty much happen very quickly if you decide to get the wrong person pregnant. Do you guys understand how significant this is as a mistake? This is an unbelievable mistake that you can make. You need to try to withhold your seed for as long as humanly possible. I might be crazy, but I don't think any man should have kids until he's at least 35 years old. This might be controversial, but I'm gonna explain to you why. I believe at 35 years old, you've, not just had your fun, you have quite a bit of understanding, you've established yourself, you now know what to do, what not to do. I would say 35 to 40. Let me make this a range, 35 to 40. At that age, I think this is when a man, has a very, very good direction of not only his finances, but the kind of woman that he wants. How in the world are you gonna get a girl pregnant in your 20s when you don't even understand what to look for, what to watch out for? You don't even understand how life works. You're broke, right? Unless you're Zuckerberg, right? And you built Meta by 21, you're not gonna be financially stable until your late 30s to 40s. And my big thing with this is getting the wrong girl pregnant has so many consequences. As you guys know, what the world is about now, these girls, high body counts, they do God knows what. I'm literally making this video and there's a bunch of them on a yacht right now dancing. Literally, passing me by. That's what you want to get pregnant in your 20s, buddy? That? You think that's gonna take care of your kids and your son? You think that's gonna help you build a legacy? And the things that guys have to be careful is a lot of women that can sell the dream, right? Especially once you start to get your shit together. When you start to get your shit together, don't let these girls confuse y'all, right? When you start to get your shit together, these women didn't know how to act and they will sell you a dream. I've seen it quite a bit of times, right? But you can't get the wrong one pregnant. You have to study your partners. I don't believe in none of this love at first sight bullshit. That doesn't exist. I need to know who you are. I need to know who you are through the thick and thin. Love at first sight is fairy tale nonsense. Fairy tale. You need to know what this person is like when they don't get what they want, when life is hard, when they get attention. That's another thing that guys mistake. Ooh, I think all of us can agree that this is probably a man's biggest fear. What is your girl gonna act like if she starts getting way more attention than usual? That's probably the biggest definition of who the girl really is. A lot of men don't even experience that. You go date a girl and then you don't know who she's like thick and thin. You don't know what she's like when things don't go her way. You don't even know if she's a good caregiver to your kids. And you're not even analyzing to see, if she has options, what kind of level of options does she has? And how would she react if she started to get way more options? You gotta look at relationships analytically. Like, take the emotion out of it. It doesn't exist. Like, that emotions come and go. As a man, you cannot be an emotional person. Let women and kids be emotional. You have to be very logical. No matter how pretty her face is, how nice her body is, who is she gonna be? If I make the mistake, if I let my lust control me, if I let my desires control me to where I can't even control where my seed goes, my genetics, my bloodline. That's literally how powerful that is. You're gonna just give it to any old girl. And you're gonna end up like a DDG marrying a girl, now she's taking your kids away from you. How did you decide that this was the right partner for you? Guys don't think about this stuff. They look at the fairy tale, the beginning part of the relationship, and say, oh, she's wonderful and nice and all these things. Now, you don't know how vindictive she could possibly get. You don't know what she could do. You don't know. Why would you be taking these risks? Look at DDG. If you guys don't know who that is, he's a rapper, YouTuber. This girl then took his kid away from him, put a restraining order on him, all because of what? Getting the wrong girl pregnant. They know they have leverage. They know the moment you give them a kid, they call the shots. The government, the laws are on their side. These are incredible mistakes. You can't play the same game as women. You can't live in la la land like them. They can have your kid, and even though it's tough, they're gonna be taken care of. They can call the shots. You don't. You better wake up. Number 2, hang with losers. And losers can be masked as homies, right? You might think your homies are good people. They're not losers, but most times they're not, right? If your friends are not pushing you to become a better version of yourself, they're losers. They're okay being normal. The people you call your friends should be your biggest motivators. Biggest motivators. They should be, hey man, you got to get better. Hey man, you got to do this. Hey man, you got to do that. They should be pushing you to become a better version of yourself. If you're hanging out with people that are not pushing you to become a better version of yourself, guess what's going to happen? You're going to limit yourself. You're going to have a cap with your potential. You're going to have a cap with your potential. All because your surrounding is keeping you the same. Number 3, live for instant gratification. This is something that I have to admit myself. I was one of the first people, like I would say right here, confess, I used to do this. Now no more, right? I told a story about how I got crushed in 2022 with taxes, how I used to buy Gucci and Louis, trying to look cool and feel cool. I was making money, but I wasn't making real money. 8 figures up is real money. If you're not making at least 10 million a year, you're not making real money, in my opinion. I'm over here 6 figures, high 6 figures. I think I'm doing something. I'm not really doing much. When you go through the pain and suffering of building an actual business, you start to realize, man, no matter how much money is in your bank account, and this is not to be scarce, but no matter how much money is in your bank account, business is very, very tough. Making a lot of money is very, very, very tough. You can have billions. Look at Elon. 1 month he on top of the world, another month he's losing like 10 billion. That's literally business. That's literally, if you want to have financial freedom comes with incredible risk, right? So you can't have instant gratification. I ain't buying a goddamn thing. If it ain't, and I'm making way more money. I don't own anything. My name isn't on anything. So I'm technically broke because I don't own anything. But I'm very, very calculated with the money I'm spending. Literally, I have an alarm, 8:10 a.m. every morning to check my finances. I'm not going back. Whenever I go through pain and suffering, I learn my lesson. I'm somebody that learns my lesson very, very quickly. Some people will get burned. They'll put their hand on fire, get burned 10 times, not me. No. If I get burned one time, I'm like, oh, I'm out. I learned my lesson. I ain't making that mistake no more. So I ain't buying nothing. If my assets aren't 8 figures plus, I ain't buying nothing. Nothing. No thank you. And if I am buying something, it's to improve my assets or it's to give me more cash flow. Because I know business specifically, cash at hand is so important. I didn't really understand what that meant. But this. You need cash at hand. Meaning, let's say you make 10 million a year. Your gross profit that year after taxes is around 4 to 5 million. That's a great business model. You keeping 50% margins, your business is tremendous. Most business models, you keeping 27% profit margin. So let's say magically your business model is getting 50%. Just if that. Let's say you make 10 million a year, you keep 50%, which is very unlikely. Let's say you make 5 million, you profit 5 million. After your living expenses, let's say you live moderately and you only spent a few $100,000 to live. Got a decent apartment, you're not going through lifestyle creep, right? You're smart with your money a little bit. But at the end of the year, here comes a business opportunity where in order for your business to grow, you got to put down 4 million or you need to put down 3 million, 2 million. This is literally how business works. I'm telling you guys, this shit is crazy. You think, oh, I can just blow money. You can have an opportunity that comes by and you need to drop a fuck ton of money and you don't have it, your business is going to stay stagnant for another 16, 18 months. That's literally how business works. You need to have money put away that you don't touch to be able to put back into the business to keep it growing. As a business owner, your money it doesn't grow on trees. You have to keep reinvesting. So I didn't realize that when I was living for instant gratification. Now I ain't touching nothing. Because I know, let's say an opportunity comes along. I need to buy a software for my business. I need to make a big hire. I might need to hire a COO, CFO, and they got a 6-figure salary or something like that. I need 7 figures to drop on whatever I need to drop. So cash at hand, you can't live for instant gratification. You're gonna miss big opportunities and your business will never grow. Number 4, be complacent with wealth. Every single man should be trying to make millions. If you're watching this video right now, you're watching my channel, and that statement just kind of stung you, the first response, the first reaction to that statement was to be combative. I don't need to make millions. Nobody to blame but yourself. Nobody to blame but yourself. You don't have the ambition. It's okay. We need people like you. We need people who are going to be mediocre. Somebody has to deliver my Uber Eats. When I buy companies, somebody has to do the labor work. If you don't want to be ambitious, don't worry. Other people will be. You want to just make bare minimum 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, you okay with 10 grand a month? Okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't be mad at me when your life stays monotonous, when AI replaces you, because AI is coming. AI will replace you, my boy. You should be trying to grow. If you're not growing, you're dying. That's business. If you're complacent with wealth, if you're okay just making 10 grand, 20 grand a month, you're barely going to be surviving. Lastly, is to neglect your health. Guys, physical fitness is unbelievably important. You're not going to have no wealth if you don't have your health on point. That is eating the right foods. I haven't eaten a piece of junk food. Guys, I swear to God, I have not eaten a cake, ice cream in years. I ain't putting that shit in my body. No way. Because the way I look at it, it's all a equation to me. It's all a system. What I put into my body gives me enough energy to build my business, to go after my goals. If I eat the wrong thing, because I can't control what I put in my fucking mouth as a man, I can't blame nobody when I don't hit the numbers that I want to hit. I can't blame nobody when I'm not getting my goals. If you can't stop yourself from putting certain things in your mouth, it's okay. Maybe that's what you like. I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm not smoking. I'm not eating junk food. I'm not eating fried foods. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm taking care of my body, proper nutrition, great sleep, because I know my body is a machine. And I have to treat my machine the way I want it to be treated so I can get the outputs. You control the inputs, but you need to be patient with the outputs. What you put in is what you're gonna get out. You're not gonna have incredible health. You're not gonna have great health. You're not gonna have great health without great inputs that give you outputs. You're not gonna have great wealth without great inputs that give you outputs. Life is always gonna be about what you put in, right? And it's gonna then give you some outputs. And this is it, man. This is the worst mistakes you can make in your life. If you avoid these, you'll be on the right path. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'll get back with you guys next time.